making her escape here. There's Egg Tuck across the way there. There, that Art Deco building, 415, and then the buildings there. John James, how's it going there? There's the John Hancock there. John James, how you doing there? Look straight down Clark Street. Look how nice that view is there. Every time I cross Clark Street there. Neighborhood here. You know, we got I got the laptop. I'll be working from home today. I might head downtown at lunch. That'll give me an opportunity to walk through the zoo. It looks like it's going to be an amazingly cool weather day today. The temperatures hover around 80 degrees all day. It might be later today, so I might work from home. I'm going to decide I'll have a weather decision. I got finally taking advantage of it. Hey, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good morning. We'll see if anybody. People might boy the transition where I'm still going to maintain presence on TikTok. Don't worry. Still, I'm going to try to do the primary amount of my live streaming on YouTube, and then we'll still use the content to post reruns there on TikTok. Maybe people might not like it. I know I might lose some of my audience. Christopher, how you doing? Christopher knows how much I complain about TikTok, and so then now I can like invest more into our YouTube content. Maybe I can produce better quality YouTube content, and I'll use the resources there, and we'll still have TikTok as a good backup, and we got we also have Instagram as a backup as well. I'm also been feeling under the weather. Nothing worse than having a mid-summer cold. You know, I sleep up pop, and people know what an early bird I am. Usually I pop up early in the morning. I'm already like walking downtown. Start at 6:30. I didn't do that. I was still sleeping this morning at 6:30, which is unusual. But hey, we'll still get our morning walk in here. Thanks for tuning in here. We'll see if anybody comes in, and might lose vast my audience. Connected with on TikTok. We got a great community here. I think that's what Sarah was probably most angry with me about. I understand. Is she's connected. She's a part of this as much as I am, and she's helped me build my TikTok account. She's my frustrations with. I'm really honest that she's shocked. You know, I on TikTok. Self-provider. It's the app. The apps. There's a problem. At least a problem with my app. I've read online a lot of other people are having problems with it as well. Here, housing on either side here, and this heads over towards Halstead and Lincoln here. We're west of Clark Street on Fullerton here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. The nice tree-lined streets, and this is if this. Stoops here. Taco, how you doing there? Good morning. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in there. Chris, how you doing there? I'm cutting out, so it's more than just we're still cutting out in and out even on YouTube. Here, I switched to the 5G. Let me know if that makes it better there too. So here, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Fullerton here. We'll see if this solves the issue here. Look at the nice flowers here. Let me know if the stream gets better. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, well, if I cut in and out. Usually I don't cut in and out on. Let me check my bit rate there. Okay, so good. And that's the good thing about Streamlabs. Yeah, my bit rate's coming back. I should not be cutting in and out now. So good. We'll keep this stream going. Here's the what is this? Here, let me show you this. Here's the Lincoln Park Presbyterian Church. And you see that steeple there. That steeple used to have a, well, it used to have a steeple. Now it doesn't. It's just a tower. that steeple got hit by lightning. Look at those clouds there. Much better, much better. Good. Thanks, Robert Murphy. Thanks, Mackenzie and John James. Thanks, everybody, for letting me know. Good. So here, now you can see the nice housing across the way. Look at the apartment blocks there. Just in time, we got the stream back to see the nice, beautiful brownstones here along Fullerton here. Look at that. Nice landscaping. These look so beautiful during the holidays. They decorate for Halloween and Christmas. You got the nice fencing here. Here comes a Chicago street sweeper. Hey, let me get out here. I want to get the street sweeper going by here. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, Chicago street sweeper going down the Fullerton there. That's nice. Cleaning up the street there, yeah. Beautifying America, that's right. Good, thanks for the feedback here. So yeah, welcome to Chicago, welcome to Lincoln Park. Here we are on Fullerton. As I was saying before, if I would take the train to work every day, this would be my walk to the Fullerton train stop. Just go to 6 blocks from Clark and Fullerton down to over towards Sheffield and Fullerton, and that's where you can catch either the purple, brown, or red lines there to get downtown. Look at that terracotta over there. This amazing group of buildings here. And it's like when we walk down, there's that stretch there on Jackson Street. It's on Jackson Street in the West Loop. And then we've gone down to Prairie Avenue on the south side. You get the same thing. These amazing, well-built, late 19th century brick buildings, gray stones, brown stones. Look at the terracotta here. Yeah, look at that. Thumbs up. Thanks a lot. 3 mothers and a daughter duo. Thanks for turning. Master, how you doing there? Commercial Richie, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a few drips from the trees here. And yeah, I heard thunder and lightning around, when was that? It must have been around 5 a.m. this morning or 4 a.m. It was right before the sun rose. We had thunderstorms roll through here, and there's always a chance of rain. Here, now I can get out in the street here. There's not many cars coming here. See? Look at that. Look at that cathedral arch of the trees here, Fullerton. Yeah, let's head up Orchard there. We can circle back around. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Chicago. And we'll do a short and sweet walk this morning. And we'll be back on at lunchtime there. Yeah, that's where the Children's Hospital used to be. Look, we can fit that whole development in there in landscape. Look at that. It's called the Lincoln Square there. Belmont Village Senior Living here. Let's take a right here. Let's go up Orleans here. Look at the flowers. Look at that. Beautiful flowers just blooming the entire summer here. Nice apartment house here. So we'll head up, this is Orchard Street. Again, Lincoln Park, Chicago. There's beautiful housing all along here. They're for sale. So I guess these are condos. You could probably buy a condo with a lot of these. I know there's one up here that's a condo building. Mary Therese, how you doing there? Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. I know it took me a while to get going this morning. I'm kind of feeling under the weather a little bit here, but we'll still get a nice morning walk in here. That's probably affecting my mood too. I'm like becoming too overly sensitive here. Look at the brick alley here. Look at that. Yeah, it's a beautiful neighborhood. That's why I want to show it off here. And you know, I notice people do tune in when we walk down the beautiful tree-lined streets. I appreciate and realize I'm lucky to live in such a nice area here I know there's many perceptions of Chicago. People always talk about, you know, this doesn't necessarily represent the entire Chicago. I get that, but it's part of Chicago. It's in the city here, so we're going to show it off here. Look at that balcony. Look at that. This is on Orchard Street here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at these beautiful front yards here. You know, like this is, the lots are slightly larger than you would see in the Gold Coast here. See how they actually have side yards. There's space. There's a gap between the buildings here. And look how this building here, see how it has the rough hewn stone like Richardsonian Romanesque. And then this one is almost a very similar style, even with the balcony. So this one is the rose colored stone. This is the beige colored stone. You see how they have a similar porch here. It's the same style, it's just they use a different stone there, and even have the curved window there. You see the curved window right there. What a nice. And then this one, the same thing. It's the same pattern. See the windows, and like when we talked to Susan, who was the architect that gave us the architectural history walk there when we went on the Dearborn Street Garden Walk there in the Gold Coast. She said, you know, developers would develop these. They probably all three of these buildings were probably built at the same time, and they just variated them, just like they would do with suburban houses. But this is in the city here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at the fencing. See, all the fencing's the same too. See the fencing for these three houses. This is on Orchard Street, just north of Fullerton. The fencing's all the same too. Look at that. Little gates here. This is the original wrought iron, the way it looks. Cast iron. See, we got a gas light, but it's got a regular bulb in it, but that's okay. The real gas lights are over there on Arlington and Deming. So we got a sprinkler going on here. See, they got a nice enclosed porch with the flower boxes. You got the gable up there. We'll walk around the sprinklers here, across the street here. So Arlington's a really nice street. We can head down Arlington. Well, I'm going to show these houses here first. Yeah, this is Arlington. This is a really nice street. We might head down here. Hurricane Debbie looks really bad. Yeah, I need to turn on the news. I didn't even turn on the news the last couple days there. So what happened with Hurricane Debbie? It's there in Florida. It strengthened from a Category 1. Is it a lot of flooding? Is it going up to the Carolinas? Is that what's happening? Yeah, I'll look into that. I need to. Well, here, let's check the headlines. That's a good idea here. Let's do that. Let's check the morning news here. Let's see how bad it is. See, I'll try to be like your little news channel here in the morning here. You know, you guys got it too, but we got to talk about current events. This one. Look at this beautiful. Oops, sorry. Somebody jogging by here. Look at this beautiful multi-family. I think they broke this up into condo units. You could buy part of this building and live in it. I knew somebody that had a unit here. So let's see. Let's see if we can find news about the hurricane here. There's news about Google antitrust, stocks rebounding, zombie pharmacies. Well, here, let's check out the hurricane. Let's type in Hurricane Debbie here. I couldn't even find it. Let's see if we can find a headline about it. Oops. Hurricane Debbie here. Oops. Hurricane Debbie, there it is. Live updates. Deadly tropical storm weakens from a hurricane. So now it's been downgraded to a tropical storm. Takes aim at Savannah and Charleston. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, because Savannah and Charleston, they're both such beautiful cities there, you know, and I hope it doesn't damage the live oak trees there. But looks like Hurricane Debbie has been downgraded from a Category 1 to a tropical storm, but it can still do a lot of damage, and people have died already from the storm, which, sorry to hear that. There's the St. Clement's. Look at St. Clement's, this beautiful church here. We'll turn back around here, or we could, I'll tell you what, we'll circle around. We'll go down Deming here a little bit. There's some beautiful housing on Deming, and then we'll go back to Arlington and we'll circle around here. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Good morning. Welcome Chicago. Welcome to YouTube. Normally I head into work on TikTok. I'm going to work from home a little bit more today, and we might do a lunchtime walk and head downtown during the lunchtime hour there, and the wind's supposed to pick up later today, so that'll be the only thing that keeps me from going downtown if I determine that it's not worth it. And here, look at that, St. Clement's. They see they've been working on this. There was scaffolding. So here, let's look at it. They last time we were here, there was scaffolding on the side. It looks like they're doing renovations or doing something here. But St. Clement's Church here, it's a Catholic church here. It's got the dome. To me, it's almost like a little Hagia Sophia. It has a really nice dome on the side. They were looking at some of the detail here. There, pray for peace there. It's good. Look at the round window there. The imposing facade there. They got a really nice rectory on the side here. And the nice arch windows, the doors here. Are you new? Say hi. There you go. Got the nice flowers. Let's head around. I just want to peek around the corner here, see if this scaffolding. Yeah, they had they still got the scaffolding on the side here. So this is, yeah, they're still working on it here, as you can see. And there's the dome there. There's an amazing dome. Yeah, they're working on the dome the way it looks. Yeah, they're up there right now. There's a guy up there around the dome working on it. St. Clement's. Okay, how expensive it is to live in Chicago. So, you know, I've struggled. I've lived here for 26 years. The cost of housing has always been an issue for me living in the city. I mitigated by not having a car. Having a dual income helps out, or having a roommate. Most of these houses are multi-million-dollar houses, especially these ones I'm going to show you here. These are like $10 million houses. You don't have to buy a $10 million house to live in this neighborhood. There's apartments in like this building right here you could rent for, you can probably get a one bedroom for $2,000 a month. You probably could get a studio for $1,500. When I first moved here, studios were $500 a month. One bedrooms were around $800. Now you got to at least double that, maybe triple that, because in the 26 years I've lived here, that's how much housing has increased for just rentals. You know, typical apartment in this neighborhood, Lincoln Park, which is one of the more wealthier neighborhoods of Chicago, probably one of the most expensive neighborhoods of Chicago, is, you know, downtown is even more expensive. Downtown, like Gold Coast, Streeterville, West Loop, is even more expensive than Lincoln Park. There you might pay $3,000 for a one bedroom. I'm not joking. Some of those new buildings, because they have an amazing, like where Brandon lives in the Optima. They have amazing amenities, but you'll pay $3,000 for a one bedroom or a convertible. And here you can actually pay $2,000 or less for a one bedroom in a building like this, or like this, Manor House. The apartments available, studios, convertibles. The probably apartments in here, studios are probably $1,500, and one bedrooms are like $2,000. Look at is that rain? It's coming from the trees there. It's dripping from the trees. But these are $10 million at least mansions, because they got big lots. They got a lot of land that goes with it. See, there you can get a balcony. Balconies will cost you extra. But taxes are high. Taxes are really high in Chicago. The cost of maintaining a car is high in Chicago, because you got, even if you park on the street, you got to pay for a permit to park on your own street. And then, you know, a lot of businesses will validate your parking, but you end up paying for parking somehow when you go to different places. Look at these across the way here. We're on Deming Street, in between Orchard. We're going to head towards Arlington Street here. We'll get to Geneva Terrace, which becomes Lorby. But here, you see, they got these, look at the big front yards here. See, all these buildings are set back with a big front yard, which is unusual for this area because of the price of land there. Look at that. Look at these buildings here. I got to head over here. All right, it's fine there. Yeah, it's very steep. Very steep. I agree. It's very expensive. And again, you got to live somewhere. Not everything's necessary promotion. I'm not promoting that you should live here. It works for me. It might not work for somebody else. I like living near the lake and the park. I like being able to walk to work. You know, I can afford it because I don't have a car. That's the trade-offs. You know, there's trade-offs to everything. Positive, negatives to everything. The winters are harsh. You might be able to find much more reasonable housing in a warmer climate. But you might have to have a car to access it. You know, that's the only difference. There we have a lot of transit options. You know, look at the size of that porch there. So again, you see there's some multifamily housing, but $3,000 is the high end. Now, if you go to California, if you go to San Francisco or LA, or if you go to New York City or Boston or Washington DC, you're going to be paying more than that. All those areas are more expensive than Chicago generally for housing. And you know, so big cities, yeah. And that's why people always, they're like, get out of Lincoln Park, stop showing that expensive housing, show the west and south side. And we get over there too. As you know, I got 150 videos on TikTok from the south and west sides. And then when I post them, people won't even watch them. And they're like, go to the west, south side. I said, why don't you watch the videos I already got there? And they're like, see you later. Look at that. They'll ghost me. They ghost me. Look at the detailing on these buildings here. They got the little columns there and the stuff. Look at these. Yeah, look at these terracotta pieces on the side here. I just love this. This is the corner of Geneva and Deming here. This is an apartment building here. See, look at that. Nice details all along the bottom here. And then contrast this with the mid-century modern 60s stuff. You know, you would see, this is typical what you would see around like Midway or in the bungalow belts that surround Chicago on all sides, north, west, and south. We got a bungalow belt, and then we got apartments like that. Usually they use that beige brick. You see that on all sides of the city. Like we were up on in Rogers Park, and we saw apartments just like that along Howard Street. But this is in Lincoln Park, so that was infill. But here, look at these beautiful houses here on Geneva Terrace here. Look at this nice arch here. Doesn't it look good in YouTube landscape? Look at that. We got we're streaming clear of the rear here, 3,800 kilobits per second. Good, we'll head over here. Look at that porch there. Look at that round window up there. I like that too. And of course, we got brick alleys. You got garages. People, you can have a, you can have a nice enclosed terrace there on top of your garage there. People are driving down the alley here. But look at that. Look at the nice stoop there, the nice porches. Little corner turret window. We'll head down this way. Thanks, John James. Thanks, Carrie and Karen. Yeah, nothing cheap, nothing cheap. We can't even get a discount on stocks. They sell off one day and then they bounce back the next day and go back to the all-time highs. Look at this. They got the American flag there. See how they got just like a little porch back there. So, you know, look at this squirrel. How you doing, squirrel? Good morning. Yeah, how you doing? You want to be on YouTube? Thank you. Good morning. How you doing there? Yeah, just climbing up the tree, hanging out. What's this guy doing? Pointing his cell phone at me. Thinks I got a peanut. If I had a peanut there, it would ate right on my hand. I seen a nice woman. She was in Lincoln Park. She had some nuts, and she had a squirrel in her hand. A squirrel jumped in her hand, was eating the nuts, and then it went back to the tree. It was a wild squirrel that just jumped in somebody's hands. I've never seen that happen. Squirrels being that used to humans that live in the wild here. Look at the wild of Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at these porches here. So we just turned here. Here we're on Arlington. I was here last night when I was, you know, frustratingly trying to get a stream there and was trying to explain to everybody why I'm going to make the move here. And we'll see how it goes this week. We got the Air and Water show coming up later this week. I got to message Jen and see if she wants to get together Thursday or Friday, whenever it's convenient for her. They practice for the Air and Water show on Thursday and Friday, and they do the whole show. And we got to check the weather. We got to figure out the best weather day to do it. I think it'll look better on YouTube. We'll be at the landscape. It'll be easier for me to follow the planes and zoom in. and get the whole thing. And so we'll give that a try, and then we can post the reruns to TikTok so people can still see them. You know, you don't have to leave TikTok. I'll still have content on TikTok. I'll still reply to when people make messages on the TikTok reruns, and we can still stay connected that way. It's positive, negatives, everything. Let's count the positives. I don't have to be constantly interrupted with the battles. We have less trolls on YouTube. We'll still have trolls on YouTube, but much less. We got a nice community here on YouTube that we got intelligent discourse. People aren't asking me weird questions that don't make sense. Usually people take the time, you know, and look at see, this is where we were at last night. We did a video where we went right here on Arlington. Look at the detail. Arlington Apartments here. They got the designs here on the greenstone on the bottom above the door. Arlington Apartments here. And so yeah, you could live right here on Arlington Street. I'm not promoting it. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm just, people ask that all the time. They're like, what if I'm not a millionaire? You don't have to be a millionaire. You just have to be able to live in a small space. And look at this, slow food grows here. Look at this nice little garden. See, they're using the, you know, where the tree median is here. They got a nice little garden here. They got some little cherry tomatoes. And hey, how you doing there? Walking the dog there. You got some other herbs and slow food. They got the snail. I like the flags there. Look at the snail. Look at that. Hey, thanks, very lucky guy. Thanks for tuning in. No, I was talking to somebody, and you know, I felt bad. You might be watching right now, and if you are, I appreciate it. You know, they were accidentally muted last week or before that and they were like, you know, I was trying to say something in support of what you said. I actually got muted. I'm like, I'm sorry, accidents happen. You know, that's another drawback to TikTok. I have to have you understand my great. I support my mod team. My mod team's great. I messaged them all last night. I told them I'd be on TikTok this morning. Like several of you are watching. I appreciate that. You know how hard it is. You know, they're constantly battling Sarah, running my mod team, and then, you know, accidents happen. So I'm constantly dealing with people. How dare you mute me? You know, and I'm like, oh, sorry, accidents happen. You know, and then the guy said, oh, good, I'll watch you on YouTube, and he actually like subscribed to YouTube. So look at that. Thank you for subscribing to YouTube. See, in whatever we had on TikTok, we can keep it going here on YouTube. Yeah, the audience will be smaller, but quantity's not quality. I'd rather have a smaller, more engaged audience that appreciates this stuff. Salvatore's, look at the Salvatore's. Look at this amazing place you can rent out for weddings. Imagine having your wedding reception here. Salvatore's, this beautiful tree-lined street here, and they cater. You're across from these apartment blocks here. They got that Tudor one there. Let's cross the street. Oh, so this car is trying to pull in here. It's trying to pull. See, people park here. They park right in front of the building. That's what they're trying to do. Here's Salvatore's. Look, it's a fallout shelter. Fallout Boy, you can come here for a fallout shelter. They actually had that during the 50s for the nuclear. When we were going out the Kennedy Expressway and we were out there by Hoffman Estates, Chris was telling us that the reason that highway is designed the way it is, it's actually the emergency escape route. We don't have to worry about hurricanes in Chicago, thankfully, but if there's a nuclear, supposedly if there's a nuclear attack, we're all supposed to use the Kennedy and drive out to Iowa. I don't know. I don't think that'll be happening. That'll be a major traffic jam. But they actually, you know, that's why the highway's designed the way it is. There's Salvatore's Restaurante here. Yeah, accidents happen. Thanks for understanding there, three mother, daughter duo. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. The non-moderator moderators got to you on TikTok. Yeah, Lindsay, I know there's always that, you know, there's always, I notice there's always like background conversations going on that sometimes have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It's always amazing. So look how they finally gated this off. See, they added this. This gate didn't used to be here. You could just walk back in that courtyard, and I used to do that. And maybe that's why they had to put it up. The Granada. See, the Granada, that's the building that Salvatore's is in. This nice apartment building here. And then look at these. These are great here. They did this amazing block here. Look at the windows, the terracotta, the nice porches here as you head towards Clark Street. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See, we got 33 people tuning in on a Tuesday morning just to watch you. When we start heading back downtown, we get the nice scenes of the Chicago River and the Riverwalk and all those vintage skyscrapers. We'll have more people tuning on YouTube in no time. We'll keep this show going, the show that never ends here. Thanks for being a part of it. See, look at the little narrow alley here. And here we'll head back to Clark Street here. Lindsay, how you doing there? Carrie, how you doing there? Michael Anderson. Back to school parade on King Drive this Saturday. Hey, is that the Bud Billiken? Is that the Bud Billiken parade? That's amazing. Here, let me look into that. So usually they have that later. They usually don't have that at the same time as the Air and Water Show. But let's see Bud Billiken parade. Let's see when it is here. Bud Billiken parade. You are correct there. Saturday, August 10th, 10 a.m. So we might be heading down. That would be a great opportunity. Thanks, Michael, for mentioning that. That might be a great opportunity on Saturday to head down to Bronzeville. We did it last year. We did it on YouTube. I can't believe it's back to school already. Isn't that amazing? So we can head down to the Bud Billiken parade. And yeah, we filmed the Bud Billiken parade last year. It was great. And all the floats there, they go on, because the floats go on for miles. And then we could check out some of the neighborhood down there in Bronzeville on Saturday. We'll see what the weather's looking like. So thanks for the good info. And I got that footage. I was able to save that footage from last year. It's way back. You know, the baton twirlers and the drill teams, the marching drill teams, the bands, and it'll give me a good reason to take the green line down to Bronzeville there. So Deep Purple here. We're heading up Clark Street here, Lincoln Park. We'll circle around here. Yeah, Sharon, you remember it. That was a lot of fun covering the parade there. And I got crazy messages, like people were like, be afraid. They would send me like, you know, nasty videos about how chaotic this. I'm like, look, I was filming the parade. Families were having a good time. It wasn't chaos. It was all organized. It's a back to school parade. Come on, you know, it's like early in the morning on the weekend, you know. Here, we'll try to cross the street here real quick. Yeah. So here we're heading across Clark Street. Look at the fog. You can see the fog down there on the John Hancock there. Here's the Tin Lizzie. Look at that. Hey, there I am. Good morning. How you doing here? So we got 7:38 in the AM here. Yeah, let's walk down St. James here, and we'll check out. There's probably one of the most expensive pieces of real estate in this area is on this street. It's hidden, and the reason it was even hidden to me, I assumed it was multiple units. It's one building. There's supposedly this is all one residential mansion here that we're going to go by here. I remember when they built it, because when I first moved to Chicago in 1999, I briefly lived in this building. This is the St. James building. There was a studio apartments. It used to be a hotel. Like a lot of these, they were apartment hotels near the lake when they were built. And it's a beautiful building. It has the old elevators where you pull the screen across, or the accordion gate. And this is oh, there's a siren there. There's an ambulance going by. Sorry, I swung around the camera to try to see the ambulance. I don't want to make people motion sick there. Yeah, here it is, St. James Place. We're on St. James Place here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. It's a short one-block street, one way, that goes in between Lakeview and Clark Street, and that's a 12-story building there. Just like the Wrightwood Apartments. Look, they're doing construction here. Maybe I shouldn't cross the street here. I want to show look at the detail here, the St. James. Just like the Wrightwood Apartments, they got this nice elevator lobby here for the residents. Again, when this used to be a hotel, And look at the nice facade here. They always adorn it with the terracotta pieces here. So you can rent here. Look at this. Available $13.60 to $14.15. $13.70. These are studios. So they're just very small studio apartments. That's the low end. That's the low end of the housing cost for rental here in here. We'll cross the street here. Try to get around this car here. It's very congested here this morning. Look at this. Look at this congestion here on St. James Street. Look, that's why it is. They're building new construction right there. And there was a guy that lived at the top. The very top, you can't see it. There's a penthouse up there, and it has amazing views to the skyline there. So here, we'll head around here. Got these booms here. Yeah, they're working on this. Look at that truck. But again, we got nice stoops here. This is just like Arlington and Deming and all this stuff. This is the one I want to show. This one across the way here. It's a one single, but we'll show this before. Look at those window bays there. This is St. James Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. So this building here, you see it here, 1, 2, 3, and you see this big courtyard, and over here. So from here, basically from that building they're building, this all the way over to here is one residential unit. 3 levels. It's about 1, 2, 3, at least four lots wide. It's 4 lots wide. Now there's larger ones. If you go down to Orchard and Burling and those streets, there's some mansions that are bigger than this that are 7 lots wide in Lincoln Park. This one's like 4 or 5 lots wide, and it's a single. This is a single family residential home. I know it doesn't look like it, and this one is probably 20 million at least because just the size of the land that it's on. And there were like empty lots there and some abandoned buildings that they tore down to build that. And here we're still on St. James here. Yeah, we'll stay safe. I know what you mean. Dangers lurking around every corner, no matter where you're at, not only in Chicago but around the world. And if you drive on a highway, it's a dangerous place. If you take a transportation at airport, you know, and walking down a city street, especially a city is with crazy stuff that goes on in this city. I understand. I appreciate people's concerns for safety. I almost tripped yesterday and hit my head. I could have went out that way. Imagine that. My own doing. I just tripped and took a nosedive there. I caught myself, and it happens. But here we're back at Lakeview. Here's Lincoln Park, Chicago. Here, let's go over and check out the North Pond since we're so close. There's the National Shrine of St. Francis Xavier Cabrini, and if you ever heard of, there's Francis Xavier Cabrini homes there, part of Cabrini Green. They still stand. The southern end there, we point that out, but then we'll get you a better view of this Lucien Lagrange condo building. This used to be the Columbus Hospital, and of course, in there, in the National Shrine of St. Francis Xavier Cabrini, there's a holy relic there. I'll go behind you. It's okay. I'm just amazed, people. You know, I'm used to people doing the rolling stock, and that guy was just looking at me. Wait, I'm like, you go ahead and cross. You can cross much faster than I can. Appreciate it. Thanks for waiting there. But here's the look at that. See how they kept that? It used to be the Columbus Hospital. They kept this. There's a chapel behind there, which you could see, and they got a shrine. Because Sister Francis Xavier Cabrini there, she's a saint. She was one of the first saints here in the United States to be canonized. And there it is right there. Here, let's go check out the pond here. It's kind of 7:44. Yeah. Thanks, Christopher. That's okay. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we'll continue our YouTube adventure here. Good morning, Tara. How you doing here? See, thanks for making it over to YouTube. You can message me with your thoughts about the whole YouTube versus TikTok. I would certainly like your perspective, because I know you've been around from the original account. I feel, hopefully I didn't make Sarah angry. I think she's kind of miffed at me the way I kind of just suddenly announced. But you know, this has been like a long time company. I'm still have a presence on TikTok. I still plan on posting reruns there. I just, there's several, I cannot trust my recordings. Like, we went to the train museum and there was R2-D2. Somebody had a remote controlled R2-D2. I filmed it on TikTok. When I went to do the reruns, the footage was all spotty and crappy and garbled, and I couldn't hear the voice. And so I couldn't use it in a rerun. And it's a technology thing, and it's probably me, like there's something I'm doing wrong, or there's some reason that TikTok is doing this start and stop choppy stuff. We had it this morning even on YouTube, but I'm able to get it. It's nice and continuous here. So it's just I just want to be able to stream without technical issues. So far, YouTube has come through for Lollapalooza. It came through when we were at the train museum. All that footage I was able to cut out. I either recorded it or did it on YouTube. TikTok let me down when I went out to Union, and I was able to get, it wasn't my cell phone reception. My cell phone reception was fine out there. It was the app, and that's why I want to primarily, we'll see how it goes. You know, we got the Bud Billiken Parade coming up. We got the Air and Water Show coming up. I can do these nice, long, multi-hour, uninterrupted streams. With TikTok, we got to keep starting over and over again. We lose our connection. People, it's very frustrating. I can't provide a quality stream. I want to be able to provide a quality stream because it's affecting my brand. My brand's becoming the guy that has horrible self-service reception because he can't stream on TikTok. I don't want to be known as that guy. Look at this squirrel. How you doing, squirrel? Good morning. Yeah. You think I can't see you there over the tree there? How you doing there? Yeah, you want to be on YouTube? Yeah, say hello. Yeah, good morning. Hey, it climbs up the tree there. There goes the bus. So the wind's already starting to pick up. The wind's supposed to pick up later today. It's an amazing cool day. We might only get up to 70 degrees. Isn't that amazing? There's the bus. Look at all the people taking the bus. See, these are express buses. And that's why the fastest way for me to get downtown is to go up to these express buses. They get on Lakeshore Drive. As long as Lakeshore Drive's moving, they'll move too. Good, thanks, Patricia. Yeah, it's not only me. I read many TikToks where people were voicing the exact same frustrations as me. I think they're just letting TikTok die on the vine. I think they see the handwriting on the wall in America. That's why they're not investing in the used to be able to do the series. You cannot do a series anymore and monetize it, and they're just letting TikTok die on the vine because they, you know, if it goes to the Supreme Court, it depends on what the Supreme Court decides. And it will go to the Supreme Court probably this winter when the ban goes into effect. So we got multiple outlets here. We'll try YouTube, and if we have to try another platform, we'll do another platform. But YouTube so far is working pretty good for me. See here, there's the Wrigley Mansion. We got a whole video on that, so I won't bore everybody with that again. But let's head down past the nice gas lights here on Arlington, and then we'll start wrapping this up because I got to get to work. I want to start working here by 8 o'clock from my house here. Yeah. Thanks, Tara. Yeah, you know, fortunately, our audience here, and I think this includes you, we could do without the battles. You know, and that's what I'm like. Am I working for TikTok? You know, like TikTok just it kind of like subtly starts conditioning you just to sell their TikTok shop or their virtual gifts, and the gamification of live streaming. That's what I call it. Where, you know, you're supposed to tap the screen, do battles, buy the stupid emojis, which I appreciate. I appreciate people's support. If you enjoy my content, like Tara and other people, just subscribe. I try to have like a low money, you know, $2.99 or something. That's what I had on TikTok. I think I got 3 tiers. I'm not going to sit here and ask anybody. If you want to watch for free, that's fine. I want to be able to have that option. We tried to do like sub-only chats and believe that was like a bad idea because people didn't like me being on YouTube. It's like a sub-only chat. Remember, my mood's better. We don't have to deal with all these stupid gimmicks and stuff. It's nice. So hopefully you enjoy it, Tara. I want to certainly maintain you, and I want to make sure people know, you know, Sarah has been a part of this from the beginning, as you know, and I wouldn't have been able to do it as long as I have without the mod team. All my mod team thanks so much. Thanks for being a part of this. We'll still be connected. I'm still going to be live streaming. I'm just on a different format. And we'll still get content to TikTok. The machine will go on. And we'll keep on trucking here. Look at the nice gas lights here. Yeah, this is... what street is this? This is not Deming. Is this Deming? Let me make sure. Roslyn. This is Roslyn. This is Roslyn, which is north of Arlington. See, it's Arlington, then it's Roslyn. Arlington and Roslyn have the nice gas lights in this area here. Look at this Richardsonian Romanesque. And across the way, look at that one. That's amazing. Look at those stoops here. This one here too, the nice white one here. Look at the flag there. Just well-built buildings. These little narrow one-way streets here. They're only 1 block long, just like St. James, Roslyn, Arlington. And they just connect between Clark and Lakeview, right near the park. You're just steps away from the park. This is very expensive housing. But you could rent there. There's apartments. I yelled. There were people having parties on that balcony. You know, it's probably $2,000 a month to rent an apartment there. And, yeah, very lucky guy. You remember when the beginning, yeah, when, see, so it's like we're starting over for the 3rd time. Remember last year, right around this time, yeah, it was after I did the Bud Billiken Parade. Last year, we did the Bud Billiken Parade. It was on my original account. The following weekend, I lost my account, permanently suspended. And we had to start over from 0. And so we built the second TikTok, twice as big as the first one. We got double the amount of friends and followers, and then that's when I started this YouTube. When I got canceled from the first one, and it was because I walked past a marijuana dispensary. That's another positive and negative to TikTok. I have to be very careful around anything that has to do with the legal cannabis industry here in Chicago and Illinois, because TikTok, 3 times I've gotten suspended by just simply walking past a dispensary, and even when I was being careful about it. And I cannot trust TikTok. I cannot, I can be more myself here on YouTube. We can talk about, legal business establishments. Isn't it funny? I feel like I'm a grown man here, and I have, it's like TikTok's for kids, and we've graduated to YouTube. That's what I feel. It's like TikTok built this app that's really for like people doing viral dance, and it took off during the pandemic, and now they don't know what to do with it. And then so all these people like me and Dan, and Dan's been doing it for long. He's back on Twitch. So Dan's back on Twitch. Other people are leaving TikTok. It's not just me. These are like major people that you think TikTok would like reach out to Dan all New York City and say, hey, we'll work with you. No, it's just like they ignore him. It's because there's nobody running TikTok. It's all robotic. It's all just a big algorithm, and people realize it, and they're like, I ain't gonna deal with a robot. There's no one to call. It just funnels the profits to the Cayman Islands. Hey, that's a beautiful dog. Hey, the cocktail lounge here. Hey, love's in the air here. There's a jeweler's here. This nice mural on the side here. See right there, Windy City Smokes. I can film that. I can film this on YouTube. On TikTok, my account, I might lose my entire account just by like mentioning this place. That's happened to me before. And why am I gonna subjugate myself to that? I'm a grown adult here. It's part of the city scene here, just like a bar or a cigar shop. Come on here, Moon bowl. Hey, you get your moon bowls there. Ordered it today. We're cooking up something new there. That's good. But there's the Basil Leaf Cafe, Basil Leaf Cafe right here on the corner of Roslyn and Clark. Steve Quick Jewelers. The Field House. Lido's. Empanadas, burritos. Hey, the gaslight there. Look at that nice block there. No, I'm not promoting it. I know. It exists in the world. Thanks for understanding, Patricia. Yeah, I know. That's the funny thing. And that's why, explain that to TikTok. You know why? TikTok doesn't care. All TikTok does, okay, here's my experience of being a live stream on TikTok. It records everything I say in real time and transcribes it and search for words that will get you blocked. Like you say the wrong combination of words, or, a pejorative, or a certain slur, I don't want to say that. I want to be PC. I want to be non-offensive, be respectful. I don't even curse. That's exactly part of the terms and conditions. Everybody else curses on TikTok and they let it go. But every once in a while I lose it. I curse when I get angry. But here, look, the Galloway Arms. Look at this amazing group of buildings here. See, they turned them into businesses. The Galloway Arms is a restaurant and bar here. They took their front yard and made it a beer garden or a patio. The same with the Gaslight. See, right there on the corner there. And they got these front yards when this used to be residential housing, and then they made them storefronts. There's the shot bar. It's a medical spa. Galloway Arms. There, look at that.
Brian, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing there? Say, hey, thanks, hello. See, people still say hello even though I'm on YouTube. Isn't this great here? So we'll continue the audience here. House of Wings here. There's a smoke shop right there. Donner 97, Donor, or CM Chicken, Kumasan. But it's also, the TikTok algorithm is looking for images. If there was a marijuana leaf on the sign, it would recognize it, and I could get a strike against my sound. And I'm just walking down the public street. It exists in the public. If somebody has it on their shirt. When I was at Lollapalooza, there was a guy, he recognized me at Lollapalooza. He said, "Can I take a selfie with you?" He goes, "My mom watches you." I said, "Oh, that's good." That's how he knew who I was. And he had a nice hat on. It was just covered with pot leaves. I'm like, "I love your hat. I'm all for it." And I'm like, "But I can't film your hat because I can't trust TikTok to, like, not only would they just give me, they might like permanently suspend my entire account. That's my experience with TikTok. So I cannot trust it." So we'll continue this with YouTube. Thanks for being my nice audience here. And we'll do a lunch walk here. We'll continue this show. We'll still produce good content. We'll post the reruns to TikTok. I don't think a rerun has ever got me banned from TikTok. It's only live streaming. Live streaming is the most dangerous thing to do on TikTok. For me, from my perspective. And we'll still maintain our connection with our TikTok audience, even if they don't watch on YouTube. I'll still answer comments for the reruns. You can still be able to comment on the reruns if you miss anything here on YouTube. I think people will get used to my schedule here. I'll try to maintain my YouTube streaming schedule moving forward here. But thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm going to head to work here. We got 7:57. In case my boss is watching, they'll be like, "You're live streaming during work." I'm like, "No, I turned it off before 8 o'clock. I'm almost home." I live over in this area here. And hey, the Title Boxing Club there. There's Egg Tuck. The Indian restaurant, Ranguli's gone. But then still, see, same with Casati's. Casati's is gone. Nothing lasts. Nothing lasts. But hey, have a great day, everybody. And thanks, John James Carey. Yeah, we'll do the Bean and Riverwalk. Hey, to people watching, do I ever cover the Bean and Riverwalk? You'll get so tired of me covering the Bean and Riverwalk, you'll say, "Stop covering the Bean and Riverwalk," because if you tune in, we've been doing this for a year and a half, and we've covered the Bean and the Riverwalk hundreds and hundreds of times. We'll continue to do it. Thanks for tuning in here. We'll cross Clark Street. I'll get you this nice view as we cross Clark Street at Fullerton. I'll get you this amazing view to the one of my favorite buildings. I like saying it. My cousin laughs when I say it. The John Hancock building. There it is, straight down. And then see, it's got clouds. The clouds. Look at the 900 North Michigan building. You can't even see it because it's obscured by clouds. There's the 2020 Clark Street here. We're looking south on Clark Street here, Clark and Fullerton. Look at these beautiful buildings here. See what the Five Guys is? They got the glazed tile. This building has it too. You see how this building mirrors the other building? Look at that amazing cornice. These were built in like the 1910s, and these are important buildings. They mirror each other. There's similar ones at Lincoln, which they're like Flatiron buildings. They're like a triangle building. These have a curve. These are almost like early Art Moderne. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good morning. How you doing? Yeah, see, I have the heart to tell him I'm on YouTube now. See, he says you're on TikTok. But see, people know me from TikTok. Look at this nice block of buildings here. So we'll keep this show going on the road. Thanks for tuning in here. I appreciate everybody. Have a great day here. Yeah, thanks, very lucky guy. Three mothers and daughter duo. Tara, thanks for being on Monday. That's me, yeah. That's me. I'm switching to YouTube because TikTok is driving me away from their platform. They deleted my account several times. I try to have nice content. Thanks for saying hello. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh, thanks for saying hello.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for saying hello.
One of these days, I'll see you around.
So I'm still on TikTok, but there's a link to my YouTube. I'll be on YouTube moving forward. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Josh. Thanks a lot. That's great. Yeah, see, thanks. He saw me around there. So, see, that's evidence right there. We'll keep this show going on. Thanks, everybody. See, it looks like some rain's moving in. I better get in. There's some rain moving in here. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you at lunch, and we'll tell you what's happening there. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks a lot. All right, 8 o'clock.